This next tree is my large group of 3 from the big forest I split in the spring. Turned it into 2 groups. This group of 3 is just in need of a bit of pruning, and maybe I'll take some wire off because it's eating into the bark as usual. And I gotta figure out why this tree is not as healthy looking as the other ones, which is quite a dilemma. Maybe it needs some fertilizer. This one is growing up in the air. Needs to go. See if this branch can hold itself down. Don't need the wire anymore. Seems like it. Always very important to take off the wire before it leaves marks. It's not a pretty characteristic on your tree. This one, I want to take this one off because it grows into the air. And when you're taking wire off, it's the same principle as when you're putting it on. Grab a hold of it right before the part where you're peeling it off, so you don't damage the branch or snap anything or tear any bark off, so you have maximum control, the most amount as possible. There we go. This one is angled a bit more up than this one, and it's growing into this branch, so I'll take this part off and I'll cut this one as well to encourage it to bud back, and on some of the buds further back. And it's always important to cut right in front of where you can see a bud. There's these little sort of orange brown parts where you can see that's a potential new place a new branch can form. So cut in front of these so you don't have any dead parts or anything in front of it. I just need to find a good spot. It's a bit long, but I want to make sure it survives the branch. I don't know if I'm gonna use it, but for now. And here I think I'm kind of satisfied with the thickness of the branch, so I'll cut it back quite a lot because it has to be shorter than this one because it's further up the tree. I just need to find the butt. This one also needs to be cut back because it is way longer than it's supposed to be. I think I'm gonna do it right here. This branch is already very thick. I can hide it because it's a back branch, so that's nice, but I still don't want it to be as thick because a bonsai tree, in the end, it's always cool to have a good looking back of a tree as well, but it's, of course, it's never as important as the front, but in general you want to try to achieve a tree that's beautiful from every angle. So it is too thick, this branch, so I'm going to cut this back very heavily. Again, try to do it in front of buds, like there. Dead branch. I'm just searching for a downward facing bud. There's actually one there. And now for the top of the tree. That's where the tree always tends to grow most vigorously, is the top, because it want to get closer to the light, and that's why it's important, and why this month is pretty bad that I haven't been pruning during this summer, because for a whole month, because these branches grow very thick, and when I'm not able to prune them for a whole month, it's not that good. But I think I can save it. And again, I want to take off these branches growing upwards. This is a back branch, so I think I'll only keep the one that's growing down. This one maybe. These two can go off. There we go. This branch is turning into a Frankenstein branch. This one's growing towards the front. Don't want that. Cut off this dead part of the taper. There we go. And in the end, actually, this one going up straight up is actually good it died, because now there's more like a cool shape of the trunk, so I'm actually quite satisfied with that. I just need to cut it back so it doesn't grow this vigorously. Let's find the spot. I think I'll take this front one, solely because it's growing towards the growing out of the front of the tree. There we go. And then there's a bud for a side branch, little side branch here. Looks good. Just need a bit of wire. A bit loosely here. As I said, it's a good idea in the top here because it grows so vigorously and I don't want any wire marks. That's why it's done a bit loosely. Same principle here on the branch, because I don't want any wire marks. Just need to force this branch a bit down so it looks more natural. I actually don't want it to thicken, so I think I'll actually also cut it. Take this one off. It's growing into the trunk. When it's growing upwards, take that off. And now I want to focus on this little side tree here, which has gone completely mad. Pretty crazy. Yet this branch, as I talked about in an earlier video, is still not as thick as this one over here, but I need to cut it back anyways. This one's growing up. I think I'll remove this entirely. And this one is growing in front of the trunk. I don't want that. Actually, when I'm watching this one, it's too much in front of the actual trunk, so you can't really see it. When I try to bend this branch a bit back, it snapped a bit there, but I bet it'll heal. And again, this branch is growing out of the front of the tree, so I'm going to remove this. See if I want to do anything to this tree in pretty bad health. Don't know what's wrong with it. Anyways, I'll cut this one off, as this branch is way too thick compared to the ones underneath. And this is it for this little larch group I've made here from 3 large trees. I don't think I want to do anything else right now. Yes, in a month or so I'll probably do a little bit more work on it, so you'll be able to see what happened. And I have not come closer to a decision on this branch here if I want to turn anything over, but I think it's quite cool that it has a dead part, which, as I said in the last video about this tree, it can easily occur in nature. So I'll just give it some fertilizer, especially this part, to see if that's the problem, because it looks in pretty bad health, this tree. And that's it. Thanks for watching.